Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michael Lombardo. I'm the Executive Director for Student Affairs here at PCOM. And I'm just going to give a quick announcement before we get started. So please, first, silence your cell phones. If you need to make a call or step out of the room, please use any of the doors to this side over here. Also, we ask that you remain at your seats through the duration of the program. We have staff photographers that are on staff here. We'll be capturing the students' photos. Those photos will be made available to the students. So we please ask that you make every effort to remain seated and do not approach the stage. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand as you are able, and our ceremony will begin. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Rebecca Thomas, Chair and Program Director of the Department of Physician Assistant Studies. Family and friends, President Feldstein, Provost Veit, faculty, and students of the PA Class of 2025. Welcome to the PCOM Physician Assistant Class of 2025 White Coat Ceremony. At this time, I'd like to ask Dr. J.S. Feldstein, President and CEO of the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, to approach the podium to say a few words.
So if you thought you had to stand through the entire ceremony, you don't. So please be seated. Good morning and welcome. Today is the White Coat Ceremony for the PA Class of 2025. To date, you have been focused on yourself, your accomplishments, and your studies. But today represents a shift in your perspective. Moving forward, you will concentrate on your patients and focus on providing them with the best care possible. If you do everything else, everything will take care of itself. So I wish you the best of luck in your studies, and I'd like to leave you with my best advice. First, And most importantly, you need a Tide stick. Okay? Because when you get a stain on your white coat, which you will, it's quick and easy clean. And the second is blood stains. And you will get blood on your white coat. When you do, peroxide and cold water will take care of it. So with that, I'd like to congratulate and welcome all of you. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you and your families at graduation. Thank you.
There's arguably no other workplace clothing as symbolic as the white coat. The white coat stands for professionalism and caring and is a visual reminder of the trust we, as physician assistants, must earn from our patients. A study was done at the University of Michigan evaluating patient response to provider attire in the white coat. In this study, more than 4,000 patients were surveyed at 10 U.S. academic medical centers. The survey included photographs of a male and female provider dressed in 7 different forms of attire. Results of the study indicated that provider clothing affects patients' impressions and satisfaction with the care they receive. Providers that wore a white coat over business attire were deemed more trustworthy, knowledgeable, caring, and approachable. Interestingly, the medical setting influenced patient response. Wearing scrubs with or without a white coat increased acceptance if in the emergency department, critical care unit, or a surgical unit. What we wear is an easy thing to modify. You embody the white coat. It will only require a brief encounter for the patient to see beyond the white coat and decide if you are the provider that exemplifies the traits that the white coat symbolizes. Developing and refining your character is not easy, but is essential. It requires conscious effort and commitment. It is important to understand and appreciate that the practice of medicine hinges on the patient-provider relationship. From initial introductions, PAs work to build rapport and develop a partnership that enables the provision of patient-centered care. Patient-centered care encompasses being respectful of and responsive to individual patient preferences, needs, and values. It encourages the active collaboration and shared decision-making between patients and providers to design and manage a customized and comprehensive care plan. I encourage you to listen carefully and ponder the words and advice shared with you today, as it is my hope that today's ceremony will begin to help you in framing the style of medicine that you would like to practice. Now, I'd like to introduce Dr. Gregory McDonald, the Dean of the College of Health Sciences, who sends a video message to say a few words to the class. Please turn your attention to the screens.
Hello, welcome to PCOM's 2023 White Coat Ceremony. I want to thank all the family and friends who are joining us today for this occasion. This represents a milestone in your education, one that you should take very seriously. You're moving from a didactic experience to a more of a clinical and clerical experience. I remember my first day as a third-year medical student where I had my white coat for the very first time. I was in the hospital, and I had this patient in back of me saying, "Doctor, doctor," and I didn't know who she was talking to. Then I found out she was talking to me because I had a white coat. And that told me that I had made a complete leap or change in my education at that point. And I had to make the white coat mean something to me, mean something to my school, and mean something to my patients. So best of luck and congratulations on this milestone.
Thank you, Dr. McDonald, for those kind words. At this time, I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Jasmine Conway. Jasmine Conway earned a Bachelor of Science in Biological Science Health Professions with a minor in chemistry from Delaware State University in 2018. She then furthered her education by earning a Master of Science in Biomedical Science with a concentration in neurobehavioral health from Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine in June 2021. Most recently, Jasmine earned her Master of Science in Health Sciences degree in Physician Assistant Studies from PCOM in July 2023. Jasmine was the Sarah Summers Rubert Humanitarian Award recipient. This award recognizes a physician assistant graduate who has demonstrated an ongoing commitment to those in need. The recipient exemplifies the philosophy of healthcare service and compassion above self. Ms. Conway volunteers on the healthcare team at her church and with Children's Church. And most recently, Ms. Conway has accepted a job at Christiana and will begin her career in internal medicine. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Conway.
Good morning, class of 2025, as well as friends, family, and faculty here to help celebrate this momentous occasion for the class. When I first received the email asking if I would speak today, I was honored and said, of course. However, shortly after hitting the send button, I said to myself, what in the world am I going to say? I do not even like public speaking, yet I just agreed to speak in front of 100+ people. While trying to figure out what I would say, I thought back to August 2021 when I was receiving my white coat and what I would have wanted to say to myself that day. What would I have said to myself to get me through the next 2 years of what would probably be the most challenging yet the most rewarding journey of my life thus far? One thing I consistently told myself and will continue to remind myself is that this is bigger than me. That is what I hope to pass on to you today. Yes, we are the ones who must go to class every single day, listening to hours worth of lectures and take 1 million tests a week, but this one journey has the potential to impact hundreds, if not thousands, of other journeys. Not just the journeys of our patients, but the journeys of the families of our patients, our colleagues, and the people watching us as well. It's just so much bigger than us. This white coat ceremony marks the beginning of a lifelong commitment to healing, compassion, and the pursuit of knowledge that you are choosing to make. We often use the word commitment in casual day-to-day conversation, but do you actually know what that word means? If not, it is okay, because I looked it up in the dictionary for you. The word commitment means the state or quality of being dedicated to a cause, activity, etc. Similar words to commitment include dedication, devotion, allegiance, and loyalty. To put this in perspective, each time you put on your white coat, you are making a lifelong commitment, dedication, devotion, allegiance, and loyalty to healing, compassion, and the pursuit of knowledge throughout your career. The white coat is more than just an outer garment that will soon just be added to the collection of jackets sitting in your back seat of your car. This white coat will be with you through every standardized patient of didactic, and upon reaching clinicals, this white coat will see everything you see. A hurting patient, the family of the patient you may have to break bad news to, the first-time mom bringing her child in for their first well baby visit, or the patient you introduced yourself to just moments before they are wheeled away for surgery. When you put on your white coat, you are requesting trust from your patients and families. And it is your duty to remember the commitment you chose to make each time you wear your badge of honor, your white coat. You may be asking yourself, how do I even begin to go about ensuring that I am staying true to the commitment I am making today? Well, that is where the next 24 months of your life will come into play. First and foremost, it is important to keep in mind that in order to be able to properly care for and treat your future patients, you must know how to do that. As the long summer days begin to turn into short winter days, and it seems like you grow an immunity to caffeine as you realize you go from living off of 1 cup a day to maybe 3 or 4. Early mornings and late nights become your new norm, and the only reason you know what day of the week it is because of an exam. You have to remember that all of this information is actually important. So when Jolene says to read a chapter in the book, read that chapter in the book. I am going to be honest with you all. Sorry, faculty. Didactic was not your spring afternoon walk in the park. It was rough, and there were times that I felt like I could not finish or that this was simply too much to handle. There were days where all I could do simply was cry. It was in those moments that I had to remember my mantra, it is bigger than me. Someone is counting on me to finish this out. It will be in those moments you will need to muster up all the strength you have inside and just push through. You have to will your last working brain cell to keep going. Remember, didactic year is preparing you for clinical year. Clinical year allows you the opportunity to see in a clinical setting everything that you have been spending countless hours reading and studying. Clinical year also allows you the opportunity to determine the balance between seeing your patients as a person and not just as a diagnosis. This is where the healing and compassion portions of your commitment make their grand appearance. As a student, we can get caught up in the cycle of studying to pass the test or viewing a patient as a chart that has to be presented at morning rounds. If you have ever been a patient, when you saw someone in a white coat, what did you think? Did you possibly think that this is the person who is here to help me? Is this the person I am putting my trust in to figure out what is going on with me? While you may be the student looking to learn from this patient, this may be the scariest moment for the patient, and it will be your job not only to show them how smart of a PCOM PA student you are, but that in that moment you care about them as a person. What does it mean to care for them as a person? Seems like that would be an easy task, right? Well, it is often not, and will be your job to grow in this area for your future patients. This may mean asking 10 people where you can get ice water and graham crackers from for your patient in the ER who has not eaten in 10 hours, or offering to take a few minutes to talk to your patient just about how they may be feeling about what is going on. You would be amazed how simply asking, "How are you feeling today, Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so," can have a major impact on your patient, and how that simple gesture can increase your patient's trust in you, which allows for you to better treat them. Even though you may wear a name badge that identifies you as a student, you are still part of that patient's care team, and they are still looking to you as that person that can help. So, class of 25, I know that may have been a lot of words, and I even threw a definition in there as if you do not already have enough to remember. Today, I ask that if there is one thing you remember from me speaking with you all today, that you remember that this journey is bigger than you. It is bigger than me. It is bigger than us all. As you continue to embark on this rewarding journey, know that you are not alone. You are entering into a community of providers who have come before you and also made the lifelong commitment to healing, compassion, and the pursuit of knowledge. This moment is not one that should be taken lightly, as receiving your white coat today is a tremendous honor, and you worked hard for this very moment. Embrace this honor with both purpose and humility today and throughout the rest of your career. Not only do we celebrate you today, but you too should celebrate yourselves. Faculty, thank you for this opportunity for me to pour what I have into the class of 2025 and allowing me to speak before them today. Congratulations, class of 2025, on receiving your white coats today, and I look forward to calling you all colleagues one day. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing those thoughtful words with us. Now we will help each of you into your white coats. Please line up one row at a time and come forward as your name is called. As a courtesy, please hold your applause until all names have been called and students have received their coats. Will the first row of the class of 2025 please rise and approach the front of the stage? As your name is called, please walk across the stage and stand in front of the coding faculty.
Bethlehem Ashacray. Trina Bateson. Brianna Lynn Becker. Joshua Belder. Bhatia. Jenna Rose Bianco. Katrina Noel Braga. Nicole Marie Brown. Caleb Birch. Tiffany Chang. Nicole Saccone. Jasmine Cruz. Elena Donato. Hope Elizabeth Drews. Mary Dupert. Angel Escobar. Sean Fox. Maya Nicole Font. Samantha Frank. Rianne Nicole Evans Frere. Nia Denise Gerald. Eric Leon Harrington. Courtney Hartwell. Carrie Hojecki. Shelby Catherine Huffnell. Catherine Hunt. Taylor Deborah Marie Icavelli. Sharon Eileen Jennings. McKaylee Joy Kerr. Grace Marie King. Emily E. Kristen. Vivian Lowe. Ashley Elizabeth Lupachuk.
Helen Madanat.
Madeline Rose McShane. Katie Melchione. Catherine Rose Milner. William Thomas Nickel. Olivia Bridget Nato. Megan K. Olson. Eliana Ontiveros Oberg. Romy Patel. Veronica Isabel Perez. Hannah Louise Pickett. Lindsay Pinkerton. Layla Podzik. Taylor D. Price. Bennett Prosser. Jesse Nathaniel Rivera. Julia Rose Robinson. Mariah Romano. Haley Elizabeth Sr. Grace Terry. Genesis Weaver. Abigail Welder. Madeline Grace Williams. Taylor Wolf. Haley Jarrett.
You all look great. So I would like you to consider the significance of receiving your white coat and the pledge that you will oath in the next few minutes. You are being entrusted with a tremendous responsibility and privilege. In some instances, you will work with patients and families during their most vulnerable times. You will deliver news that will alter their normal indefinitely. While you may become accustomed to the tragedy and joy and relief, this will be deeply personal to the patients and families that you serve. I caution you to not become desensitized by all the extraneous aspects of the job. Do not replace the practice of medicine with the business of medicine. Rather, be cognizant of the impact of your actions as you progress through your schooling and throughout your career. Your actions are far-reaching, extending beyond the patient to family and friends. Now, I would like to ask Dr. Ganane, Associate Professor and Assistant Program Director, to lead you in the Pledge of Professionalism.
Students, we will now recite together the Pledge of Professionalism. It is printed in your brochure for you to follow along. Please rise. I pledge to perform the following duties with honesty and dedication. I will hold as my primary responsibility the health, safety, and dignity of all human beings. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy, beneficence, non-malfeasance, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will treat equally all persons who seek my care. I will hold in confidence the information shared in the course of practicing medicine. I will assess my personal capabilities and limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast of advances in medicine. I will work with other members of the healthcare team to provide compassionate and effective care of patients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to an improved community. I will respect my professional relationship with the physician. I will share and expand knowledge within the profession. These duties are pledged with sincerity and upon my honor. You may be seated.
Physician Assistant, Class of 2025. I have a question for you. It's not anything that you would expect me to ask you today. Do you want to be a ship or do you want to be a submarine? Ships sit on the water, and as long as the waters are calm, the ship is calm. But ships are influenced by the environment around them. When the winds come and the waters get rough, the ship will get tossed around and become unsteady. The calmness of the ship is dependent on the surrounding factors and is only surface deep. In contrast, a submarine is not influenced by the surrounding environment. Weather conditions can only affect water depths up to about 25 feet. A submarine is carefully constructed, equipping it to be submerged as much as 500 feet. The design of the submarine and integral elements in the construction of the submarine enable it to go deeper, to make consistent advancement toward accomplishing the mission, and to be calm regardless of the surrounding environment. You all are bright. I think you know the right answer. You want to be a submarine. There are 3 integral elements that I believe are essential in you becoming a submarine. These elements or character qualities will enable you to traverse tumultuous times while remaining calm. Establish patient-provider relationships that lead to enhanced quality care, and exemplify the traits that the white coat symbolizes. The first is integrity. People of integrity possess strong moral principles. They are honest, dependable, and exercise good judgment. The second is humility. Acting with humility is demonstrating respect for others and the value that their insight and experience can add to a situation. It is placing others above oneself. The third is courage. Courage requires the mental and moral strength to try, persevere, and endure times of uncertainty and difficulty. It is action in the face of fear. I would like to remind you that with great challenge comes great opportunity. You will undoubtedly be faced with multiple challenges over the next 2-year period. However, recognize that the opportunities which exist as a result of your dedication and attitude will be abundant. So I challenge you to consider the character qualities that have been discussed today and commit to continually grow and strive to be that individual. Finally, family and friends. There are no free passes being handed out today or over the next 2 years. You have your work cut out for you as well. Your job will require grace, keen insight, perspective, and unconditional support. Your service will be in greatest need when your PA student is succumbing to fatigue, stress, and self-doubt. Just as they expect themselves to be on for each and every exam day, they will expect you to be on for each and every mini meltdown. Be gracious in your dealings with them, as you will be the likely recipient of their fatigue and stress. Recognize that your keen insight will be needed to become an expert at reading the situation and responding accordingly. Knowing when to be silent, when to speak, and what to say will become your new art form. Offering perspective is hugely important. You will witness substantial growth in their knowledge and maturity over these next 2 years. The challenge is that they are so immersed in this process that it becomes incredibly difficult for them to recognize their own progress. In their minds, there is so much more to learn, something else that still needs to be done, and everyone around them knows more. You need to offer them encouragement and help them to see their accomplishments along the way. Lastly, support comes in many different forms. Sending a Dunkin' Donuts gift card during exams or a care package of study snacks can make their world go round and never disappoints. This is an exciting time for them and for you. Never underestimate the vital role that you will play in their success. Thank you all for joining us to celebrate this momentous occasion, and I'd like to offer a very special thanks to the Office of Student Affairs for hosting this ceremony for us today.
Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you please remain seated until the faculty and the students have completed the recessional. Our students are going to gather outside for a photo, and during that photo, I ask that the audience remain seated, the family, friends, etc., remain seated. Give us about a few minutes so that they have time to get this picture done, and we'll be able to distribute that out to everyone later. Our photographer will be taking that photo, so please remain in your seats. All right?